Hello and welcome to Webinar 3. How well do you know your team? So the most important asset the consultancy business has is its staff. Most organisations store basic statutory information such as name, national insurance number and next of kin, but collecting, managing and analysing information on experience, skills and leave, for example, can help better match resource to job and ensure the well-being of staff. There is a diverse range of issues with collecting and storing this information, from the size of the organisation, whether there is a dedicated HR department, and the tools being used to collect and analyse the information. Companies must also consider their data protection and data retention policy. So here we've got a diagram of the key sort of information that would be stored against an individual. They've been categorised into 4 areas with the key details of something that we just looked at previously. But there's also experience, skills and well-being. And we're now going to look at this information in more detail. So the first one is key information. So for example, name, salary information, working hours, holiday entitlement. So the sort of core information that would be stored against an individual. So why collect this? This is the minimal information required to provide basic HR services. So to make sure people are paid what they're due, the hours that they're working, the holiday they're owed. Again, that type of information is generally stored as just as a basic. So then we're on to experience. So these are sort of the type of projects worked on. So at the current employer or even from a previous employer. And then the actual projects worked on in their current position. So why collect this information? So it's very useful when putting a project team together or looking at an in-house experience for a particular type of job. So if you know you're going to have a key part of a particular project is going to be sustainability, you can review existing projects and the teams that worked on those projects, or just look through the staff database to find out anyone who's got particular sustainability experience. We then have skills. So examples of information are qualifications, software skills and languages. So again, why collect this type of information? So it's useful when looking for a particular skill for a particular job. So for example, if you know there's going to be a heavily graphic content to a particular project, you may require someone with Photoshop skills. Or you've just won a project in China and you're going to need some local sort of language skills, so Mandarin may be useful. But again, it's other skills and qualifications that that could be used to help resource for a particular project. The final categorization is well-being. So this type of information is leave, sickness, continued professional development, any disciplinary or grievances. So why collect this information? So this is useful to monitor staff well-being and ensure that they're receiving the support that's required for them to do their job. It's also possible to then spot before it actually happens any particular issues. So for example, someone starting to take off regular sickness. Again, you can hopefully intervene and then find out why the reason is and hopefully resolve it. The final slide is how is information collected? So there's 2 methods for information collection. So this includes centrally entered by an HR person. So the benefits of this are there's a consistent method or a consistent way to enter information in. But the problem is it can be a bottleneck. And so the information can go out of date relatively quickly. The second type of data collection is self-service. So this is where the individuals themselves fill in some of the information. Now this is great to get information quickly into a system and to ensure that it's updated. But the issue is consistency. So whether the data is going to be consistently entered. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at Rapport 3 and how that can be used to manage staff information. Okay, so now we're going to look at an HR solution in a practice management package called Rapport 3. So I'm firstly going to click on the HR tab, which will take me through to the HR area. And the first tab that appears within here is the Detail tab. And this is where it presents me with the details of the individual. So things like first name, surname, some basics on their telephone details, mobile numbers. And on their right hand side, we've got some key experience information here. So it's letting me know the current projects that they're working on. Okay. So I can see straight away the current projects and then the current type of project they're going to be working on. So here we're looking at Duncan Hartop, who's the 7th out of 38 staff in this particular database. And just to sort of dip in and out, if I look, for example, at personal information, there's some basics on contact details, emergency contact details, telephone numbers, home address, marital status. There's some key sort of information there. We've then got a skill base, so letting me know professional qualifications, other skills, languages, academic qualifications. And just to give you an example of the languages side, if I was to select the search icon at the bottom and choose languages as a field I want to search against, in this example I'm going to type in Arabic, click search, and it's found somebody in our database who can speak Arabic. So I'll click on Mohammed's name. It will then take me through to his skill-based record where I can see that Arabic is a language. So you can see it's going to be very, very useful for searching down for that sort of level of detail. Another example, if I go back to Duncan Hartop, so if I click on the magnifying glass again, click research, see Duncan's in the list there. And if we go to CPD, you could then see a continual professional development. So we've got some 3 items that have gone against his name in here. Now again, as a self-service option, CPD is something that can be self-service for the individual. So they can log into their own name and then be able to add in their own CPD records. Okay, so taking a step out of this and looking at some other information that's relating back to HR, if we go back to the home page, there's something, for example, a phone list here, which is a simple phone list which is detailing an image, a telephone number for a list of staff, which can be searched and categorized. And then there's a 5-day view on their holidays. So for example here, Daniel, he's going to be away next Monday and Tuesday on holiday. So this is feeding from information that's coming from the leave booking area. So under the leave booking, every member of staff has an annual leave calendar. So information on holidays, public holidays, sickness and any other form of leave can be stored and then reported back on through items such as the leave booking panel or the phone list diary panel. Now we're going to have a look at some of the reports that can be used to extract information from Report 3. So I click on the HR module again, and at the bottom we have a printer icon. So I select that. It then gives us access to all the reports that are available to me as a user. Now the first one I'm interested in is a screen report called Staff Turnover. And what this does is lists between a period of time, so between May 2012 and April 2013, it details how many staff were left at the end of that period, how many starters, how many leavers, and the percentage of leavers. Now this can be chosen for any period of time, so this is very useful, just giving you a snapshot in time as what happened with your staff within a period of time. So you can see how many people left, how many people started. Another example report is a skills-based one. So here we've just got a simple staff current list of skills base. We're using the existing filter, which is all current staff only. And here we have a list of staff names and then their current skills information has been filled in. This again can be extracted to Excel and then some post analysis done on that. And then the final type of report I'm going to show you is something is a leave-based report called Staff Leave Holiday Summary with Stockpile. And again, this is just based on current staff, but this gives you a good indication of whether people are holding back holiday rather than trying to use their holiday up through the year. So it gives me a list of names, their holiday allowance, tells me if there's any adjustments or carryovers, tells me how many days they've booked to date from the reset period, which in this case is 1st of January. Tells me how many days they should have taken by now and whether they're ahead or behind. So in this case the majority of people are behind, so they need to take more holiday. And then lets me know if they've booked any other holiday for the remainder of the year. So this can enable you to highlight people that maybe are coming to the end of the annual holiday period, but haven't taken much of their holiday. Okay, so that really gives us sort of a brief look at some of the issues with HR, and then how we can sort of collect that information together, present it, and then extract information out of that. And that concludes today's webinar. Thank you. Rapport3 is a practice management solution for professional service organisations from within the construction sector. It provides a suite of tools to help you run your business more efficiently, helping your business to maximise its potential. Rapport3 is a modular web-based application, so you can purchase just the modules your business requires. Rapport3 includes project costing, human resources, contact management and email. It also integrates with many common accounting solutions such as Sage or Twinfield. It even integrates with LDAP to enable your Rapport3 contacts to appear in both Outlook and your smartphone. Many construction professionals are enjoying the benefits of Rapport3. For further information on any of the Rapport3 modules, please visit our website.